Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where and what time you're watching us from. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruth Wanjohi, aka Ruth Jackson. So, we are all about women in digital business, a program by Microsoft, ILO, and ITC. And today we are going to talk about adapting other business processes, that is in block 4. If you've not watched our previous program, block 1, 2, and 3, I invite you to just watch and learn. Yeah, and it will be helpful. We're currently having an online class, a physical class, actually, classes. And if you want to join us, you're welcome. You can call me on my number. You can DM me. You can write on the comment section. And yes, we're going to get in touch and we're going to enroll you in our program. Now, thank you for your feedback. I have received your feedback and thank you again. So today let's talk about adapting other business processes. So this program is just about empowering women who are entrepreneurs, and it's not just for women. We also have men colleagues. We also have men students in our class, so you're also welcome, and it's going to be of good help to you. So we are in session 7 of the program, and we're going to talk about receiving orders and collecting payments. So I told you in block 3 we're going to talk about the payments and collecting payments, orders, because at the end of the day, why are we selling? To receive money. So if we can't receive money, then we'll be doing a lot of somehow not good, our hard work won't be paying. And so let's talk about that. So let's go to the introduction, and we have said it is adapting other business processes. So session 7, receiving orders and collecting payments, and session 8 is shipping and delivering goods. So of course, if you're doing services, for example, if you do nails, if you do makeup, you can't ship. Shipping is just for goods. So if you're selling goods, probably in block 3 we talked about skincare products. So probably today we can talk about skincare products, t-shirts. In block 2 we talked about t-shirts. Today we talked about skincare products. In block 3 we talked about skincare products. So today, give me an idea there. Comment on the comment section. What should probably a subject you'd like us to cover? Yes. So shipping and delivering goods, that's session 8. Yeah, so let's go to the importance of good payment service provider. So number 1, what is a service provider? How does an e-commerce work from a buyer's perspective? Like if you're a buyer, if at the end of the day we must include our buyers because they're the ones who are buying. We are the sellers, they are the buyers. So number 1, common issues with commerce: currency exchange. If probably I'm in Kenya we do shillings, my customer is somewhere else, they're doing Ugandan shillings or Tanzanian shillings or even dollars. So that's currency exchange. There's complex process and payment security. A lot of conning goes through online. Have you ever been conned online? I have, not once, twice. It's a very nasty experience, by the way. So the payment security for your customer is very important, and customers, because they know this conning, they must be able to know that they trust your payment provider. Like I realize some people are not comfortable doing their card details online, which is understandable because it's very easy to hack that. All right. So payment security is very important. Then payments declined, limited payment options. Sometimes you're not able to, a buyer may not always have M-Pesa, and you just have M-Pesa. You can only receive your cash through M-Pesa. You see, you're limiting yourself. Your customers won't be able to pay you as much as they have gone through all the process of buying, which we learned in block 3, and now they're in the last process, which is action, and that is buying. So let's see how we can solve that. So an effective, secure, and trustworthy payment process service is of paramount importance to your success. So you must look at a customer must be, remember, the customer can't see you. Okay, he can see you probably by face, but the customer doesn't know where to find you. So he needs to trust you more than a physical shop. Because if probably excuse me, so probably if a customer can find you physically, they can come and you can sort, they can go back, find you, and then sort your differences. But online, so an effective, secure, and trustworthy payment process service is of paramount importance to your success, right? Then what happens after a sale? You buy, ship, then pay. I make an order, then it's shipped, and then you pay. For example, let's talk about Jumia. Jumia is in Kenya, and it's in a lot of, probably all over the world. So probably, let's say today I'm buying what? I'm buying towels for my baby. I once bought towels for my child at Jumia, and it was good. So first of all, I make an order, and then they ship to where I am, and then I pay. All right, that's the process. So that's the buyer. So let's look at you as a seller. How do you get there to make sure that the customer buys? All right, so we have the e-commerce. I hope you can see my screen. Buyer, e-commerce, transaction, seller, then payment service provider, right? So there's the buyer, there's you, the seller, and then there's the payment service provider. Examples of online payments. PayPal is all over the world, and PayPal is well known, and it's secure. So when you're choosing, make sure you know something. Then there's Stripe the same. A lot of people trust Stripe, and it's also secure. And then there's M-Pesa. M-Pesa is the in thing in Kenya. I mean, I think everybody right now does just M-Pesa. A lot of people just use M-Pesa, and it's all over and it's safe. So if you're in Kenya and you're doing services, please include M-Pesa. So how to choose a payment service provider? Number one, does it work in your country? M-Pesa does not work in other countries. It's not all over the world. It's mostly for Kenyans and probably East Africa. And so if you want to ship your products outside, you must also include something like PayPal or Stripe. Okay. So what happens in the case of fraud? Do they have the payments service provider? Do they have what can they do in case of fraud? How can my business withdraw from the account? When you receive the money, are you able to withdraw? How often will the system pay me? What are the fees? How do I integrate my e-commerce? Some payment providers are very costly, to be very honest. So you have to determine all those details so that even you as a seller, at the end of the day, you make some money for you. You don't just sell all the what. Remember, even the e-commerce has a price you have to pay. I mean, the marketplace. Even then, they'll take a little bit of your profits. Then the service provider. So make sure you're not just doing business for those two. There's also something for you. Then how do I integrate it on my e-commerce? Are you able to integrate it? Is it user friendly for you? Yeah, you should also know that. You should also choose something that you're also able to do it. So let's do some research. Okay, what could be a feasible option for you? Fraud prevention. And by the way, even customers can fraud you. Customers in quotes, not yours, but people. Once you put your business out there, also understand that you're also prone to fraud. So it's not that just that the customers can be frauded, even you can be, right? So that is something that you need to be very careful about. So let's talk about fraud prevention for you and for the customer as well. So flows of cash in e-commerce, sorry. So buyer receives the invoice. Okay. Buyer transfers payment to service provider, right? Then service provider certifies that goods have been shipped. Then money is transferred to the seller. That's the flows in an e-commerce. All right. Then let's go to simple payment review process. Let's look at the review process. Let me zoom my screen. I don't know if you can see it from there. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. I hope you can see that. I think that's better. That's better. So let me place that girl there. Okay. All right, let's talk about that now. Okay, so there is create invoice. So that's the vendor. Then once you've created the invoice, you as a vendor, so there's a payment gateway, then the purchaser places a new online order, then receives the invoice and then pays the invoice. So then send payment for fraud review and then you can reject the order. So has it been approved? Then after that, you can confirm valid payment, then process of payment, fulfill the order, and then ship goods, right? Then after goods are shipped, you receive goods and then they provide feedback. That's usually mostly the process. So let's look at this again. Okay, I hope you can see my screen, right? So stage 2. So payment review process. This is also, let's look at stage 2. Hope you can see that. Can you see? That was one. So this is also another one, which just hold on. Let's see that. Let me try. Okay. Give me have you ever been fraud? Sorry, have you ever been conned? Have you ever gone through fraud yourself when trying to buy online? If you have, please share your experience and let us know what happened there. Yes, let us know what exactly happened. I will share my story with you sometime. You know, when you're conned, you feel so bad. Yeah, you feel so terrible. So make sure your customers don't go through that. Okay, so by default, sellers are not as protected against fraud as buyers. That's default. So at least you're protected, but the customers, mostly they're not. Setting up and running an internal fraud prevention system may cost extra effort, but it will always pay off. Number one, remember, if someone is frauded in your shop, online shop, there is no trust. Okay. So they may never buy from you. They can even flag you. You can even start trending, yet it was not your fault. So can your business do a fraud review? So it's worth giving it a thought. So can your business do a fraud review? Does your business have the capacity for it? What would you need to do it effectively? Okay. Then tips for fraud prevention. Design proper terms and conditions. That's number one. Then number 2, use a 2-step order review process. That really helps. It's annoying a little, but it helps. It's good. It's safe for you. Then use common sense to evaluate suspicious orders. Always carry your head and even your intuition. Okay? If you feel something is not sitting right, please do your due diligence and make sure at least something is okay. All right? Yeah. Do not hesitate to request additional information to keep everyone safe from fraud. Yeah. Make sure you ask and confirm. Treat customers with respect. That's customer service. Cancel the order and refund the money if you suspect you're being scammed. In the event you feel that you're dealing with a scam and not even a customer, genuine one, please cancel the order and refund the money if you suspect you're being scammed. Then let's go to session 8. Shipping goods shipping and delivering goods. Let's talk about that. This is for goods, not for services. You can't, of course, ship services if you're in business, but let's talk about it. Hey, let's learn. There's no, okay, let's go to the introduction. So, what is one topic or idea that you touched that touched you from the self-guided module? Right there. What topic touched you? Handling and shipping. Yeah, handling and shipping. So this the self-guided module. You know, the self-guided module is the one you log in and then you read. You read on yourself. You can read with us as we are doing, and you answer questions and then you do it. It's very paramount. Okay. So what happens after an order? Mark item, create invoice, handle ship, deliver, fulfill. Okay. So number one, what happens after an order? You need to mark your items. You have to create the invoice. You have to handle. Then you have to ship, deliver, and fulfill. Okay. Then let's go to handling and shipping. Okay. All right. Handling, shipping. Okay. I hope you can see my screen. Let me see if we can see it. Okay. I think that's okay. I hope that's better. Right, so activities to handling is the activities you do to prepare an item for shipping, wrapping, packing, and loading. That is actually what is handling is about. Then shipping is the actual dispatching for the buyer to the buyer. Okay, for example, if let's say you do shoes, let's for this case let's do you're doing shoes to southern Sudan, because that's something probably I know somebody who's done that. And so number one, you have to act. This is from Kenya, then to Southern Sudan or any other country. So you have to prepare them, then you wrap them, then pack, and then load. That's handling. Then shipping. You dispatch to the buyer, right? Okay, let's see after that what happens. I hope you can see my screen. That's okay. Let me zoom it for you. Let me zoom the screen for you. So returns. Let's manage our returns. There's nothing as okay. One of the most disappointing processes in shipping is when your stuff is returned, like your product is returned. Customers sometimes might have problems with their order, or they can change their mind about their purchase on the way. That's a disadvantage. In most countries, they are protected by regulations that guarantee their right to return items purchased online. Make sure you develop your own return policy. So make sure you return a return policy that also protects you, so that somebody doesn't return goods that probably they're used, so that before they make a purchase, they know in the event this happens, I'm not supposed to return, or I can return this only for you. So doing a return process, a return policy actually protects you more. It protects you more than the customer. What information do you need to set up a shipping policy? So let's talk about that shipping policy. The handling, so elements of shipping policy, let's look at that. Handling costs, shipping provider, which provider are you using, shipping companies, restrictions, because even companies that do shipping, they have their own restrictions. Then clear message to customers, right? Even the customers, the messages, the clear, those are the elements that you must make sure the customers, they understand. Probably they can't just return like that, Make sure they're also very they're friendly to the customer. Terms and conditions. So let's do terms and conditions. You will need to formulate terms and conditions regarding returns, shipping, handling, and other policies. Okay. Then what are the policies of famous online stores? Are they clear? Are they complex? Are the policies clear, or there are processes or questions you need to ask yourself? Clear terms and conditions create trust to avoid conflict. Before they ship, make sure you've created trust and to avoid the conflict, okay? And make sure they trust you. Then conclusion, let's conclude. So we've done that about shipping. I hope it's clear. So we are remaining one more block, and then we'll be done. I've really enjoyed this, so I'm not looking forward to block 5. I've really enjoyed just teaching you guys, talking to you. You're just an amazing class. And if you're not part of us, please join the class. Right? Until next time, see you in block 5. I'll see you.